Hey, what's going on, everybody? TaylorMade Hoops live and direct. Once again, with you, coming to you with TaylorMade Hoops Player Circle. Today, I got a very, very special guest. Let me go ahead and give you a little background. One of my former players played for me at North Dallas High School. He was a first team All District player. First team All District player performing at North Dallas High School. Played collegiately. Great young man. A guy that I always knew was gonna be a productive citizen on and off the court. I got the myth, the legend, KG, Kenneth Graves on, man. How you doing, KG?
Man, I'm doing good, man. That was a good intro, man. I started to think I'm on Jimmy Fallon or something.
Hey man, we try to get better, man. We try to get better as it go, man. To be honest, man, we try
Sure.
to get better. Try to improve, be as professional as we can. But also, like you say, just hanging out, man. The concept case just hang out, just talking basketball. Two basketball heads, man. I do another segment called Coach's Corner where I bring the coaches on. So, like I say,
Okay.
just kind of just sit back, and hang it out, man. That's all it
For
is. I
sure.
tell
For
people.
sure.
Look, tell
Yeah.
people, I always want to be yourself around me, Kay. Just be relaxed, be
That's
yourself
all.
around
Hey,
Coach T.
I remember that when I was 16, 17. Yeah.
No doubt, man. But hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and let the viewers know what the objective and points of conversation are for tonight. We're gonna be talking about with Kenneth the recruitment process, the present state of college basketball, the NIL, the transfer portal, the pros and cons, what he feels about that, and then the most important thing, life after basketball. The first question I'm gonna ask you, Kenneth, is where did you grow up in your athletic and educational journey? Where did you play collegiately, Kenneth?
So I grew up in DeSoto, Texas, and
Okay.
I was in DeSoto from second grade all the way through junior year of high school until I transferred to North Dallas. Um, so I'm a DeSoto kid, man, born and raised. I might need to get that tatted on me, man. I'm DeSoto through and through. Um, But yeah, I played at DeSoto High School in North Dallas, of course, and then went to college and played at Missouri Valley, played at Missouri Valley, UT Tyler, and then I finished at Texas Wesleyan University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kenneth, man, you're real humble, man. What have you? Tell us, man, about your college career. Any big time accomplishments, highlights, anything. While I know you was a bad boy. You could shoot that ball. So,
Yeah.
any team accomplishments, anything, while you was in college?
Individually, I didn't really have many individual accomplishments in college, man. I got there and it
Okay.
was I was honestly it was a transition going from being at North Dallas to scoring 17, 18 a night
Hmm.
to then transitioning to college and then looking up like, dang, like I'm 13th, 14th man off the bench now. That's a transition. But other than that, I grew to be a role player because, as
Okay.
you know, I played the two all growing up. Played the two in high school. Got to college, and 6'1", that's you're not a two no more. You a point guard now.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
handle wasn't really tight like that growing up. So I had to get to college and learn how to get my handle tight and become a point guard. So
Okay.
once I did that, I pretty much became a role player. Of course, still a shooter. So my when I was at Texas Western, we definitely won conference.
Okay.
Went to the Sweet 16 of the national tournament. So that was probably the highlight of my college career for sure. Yeah, but like I said, other than that, role player for sure, 100%. Come in, get it done.
Yeah. But hey, that's some Kevin I tell guys, man, to be honest, when they transition to college, that when you go from high school to college, you got to be willing, to play a role, because your role may be different. You get to college where they may already have somebody brought in that's the man. It might be an All-American, and as you
Yeah,
say, man, may have may have a 6'7" guy on the wing now that's playing the two guard, or the three man, or what have you. So like you said, we get to college, people understand, man. It's all about, man, playing the role. Everybody plays a role, because at the end of the day, hey, coach is trying to win. The job's on the line.
exactly. And that's what I learned too. I saw a lot of guys that I played with, teammates that they
Hmm.
came in, they might have came from a particular school, scoring 15, 16, 17 a night, and got to our team and wanted to keep chucking it up and shooting like they did before, and they couldn't really jump into their role, end up
There you
getting
go.
dismissed. So you
Hmm.
got to be
Hmm.
able to fit in. No matter if you was a 30 point per game scorer somewhere else, if you come in, that might not be what that team needs from you to be successful.
Okay.
So you have to transition into your role to be successful, especially basketball being a team sport, man.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh man, I love talking with you, Kevin, man, because you giving the viewers, man, the young basketball, up and coming basketball players, the current guys, a lot of great advice, man. Because what you're
Yeah,
saying is real, man. Seriously, you got to, no matter how good you are, you got to be able to adjust and play a role.
for
No doubt
sure.
about that, man.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Well, hey, once again on TaylorMade Hoops Player Circle, I got Kenneth Graves on. Uh, great high school and collegiate player, one of my former players that I'm very, very proud of. Just giving his perspective on different things. We kind of get to know Kenneth for as the viewers getting to know him. Let me ask this, Kenneth, what role did athletics play in your life growing up? How important was playing sports, man?
It was everything, man. I came from a sports family.
Okay.
My dad, he played football at Carter. I had an uncle that played at Kimball. So he played basketball at Kimball. So of course, all my dad's friends and everything played, and man, it was everything for me. And I pretty much played everything except for track because I hate running to this day. You know what I mean? I do it because I did it because I had to, but track just wasn't for me, man. But other than that, started off playing baseball,
Okay.
got into basketball, then got into football. Yeah, I played sports a big role in my life. That's pretty much all I did.
Okay, okay. Hey man, kind of shocked me, Kenneth, man. That's why I like talking with folks, man. I didn't know that over all the years. I know you were a baseball guy at first, man. You played
That's my
baseball.
first sport. I started
Okay,
playing baseball, yeah, like in kindergarten.
okay,
I played it all the way through fifth grade, and
okay,
and honestly, I don't know. People say this a lot. I feel like I was better at baseball than anything.
okay,
Baseball was just boring to me, just flat out. Like it just wasn't. Once I started playing basketball and football, just wasn't enough excitement for me. And yeah, I just stopped playing. Kept playing basketball.
okay, okay. All right, man. Let me ask this. That kind of goes into the next question, Kenneth, man. When did you realize that you wanted to be a college basketball player?
Um, I'd say around probably around fifth and sixth grade is when it
Okay.
kind of got serious for me. Because all through, second, third, fourth, everybody's just kind of learning the game on the same
Oh
level.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And around like fourth or fifth grade, I kind of start having like either friends of mine or other coaches. I kind of start overhearing them saying how good I used to be able to shoot the ball. And so I
Yeah.
was like, oh, like this might be my thing. And then I kind of
Yeah.
honed in on that more and more and more. Of course, as you know, I just became, a shooter. Like that was my thing. And then I started watching other shooters that were in college at the time in the NBA. And I was like, oh yeah, I can go to college off of this here. Like for
Yeah.
free, as long as I
Yeah.
just perfect my craft, like keep shooting all the time, like this could be something that I could really take serious. So I would say around fifth and sixth grades when I really started to take it serious to where we had a goal in the backyard of our home. So that's when I really started to go outside and really like work on things, like around fifth and sixth grade for sure.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you kind of, once you fell in love with basketball, you kind of seen real early, like, hey man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of use this as a tool to kind of, get me to where I want to go.
yeah, exactly. I don't remember
Okay.
quite what year it was, but whatever year that I don't know, you might remember more than me when Ray Allen was at UConn.
Oh yes,
What
sir.
year that was?
That was back in like 92, 93, somewhere in there, early 90s, man.
Early, I feel like it's like 95, 96, somewhere around
Okay,
there.
okay, I
But
might
I
be,
think
but
that's the round
somewhere in
because
there,
he that's
somewhere
that's
in
my
there. Yeah.
yeah, that's my favorite player to this day. Well, he was always my favorite player. So when I saw him at UConn, I was watching how he played, and that's kind of when I fell in love with it. So yeah, around that time, I was just like, yeah, that's what I want to be right there,
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, yeah. Well, man, hey, man, hey, Kim, you dropping a lot of knowledge, man, a lot of knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Uh, let, let me ask this, man. Who influenced you the most, as an athlete? Who had the biggest influence on you?
My dad, man, easy, easy.
Okay,
And I was a coach's kid growing up from second grade all the way through until I got to high school. Like my
okay.
dad, well, not during school, but my dad was our AAU coach. A few of
Mm-hmm.
all the dads on our team was AAU coach. Me and all my DeSoto guys played together in the summertime, and yeah, I was a coach's kid, man. So I used to get the coaching at the house, on the way to practice, at practice, on the way home from practice, then back at home. So I hated it at the time. It wasn't the biggest
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the biggest thing for me at the time, but looking back on it, like it is what I needed.
Yeah.
Is what I needed. And so my dad was definitely like the biggest influence on me. Just wanting to stay an athlete, becoming an athlete, and wanted to better my craft for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The one thing I always say about your dad, man, is that he always told you the right thing, but he told you things that would help you, not just on the court, but off the court. He always used to tell I always used to ear hustle, man, because as a coach,
Yeah,
when you got no as a coach, when you got good parents, because a lot of times in the situations with some of Kim, some of the places we coach, you played at, even just some of your teammates, that everybody have a father in their life or whatever, that was involved or what have you. So, man, so I always would kind of gravitate, to you and your dad, and dad kind of, listen to him or what have you, man. And really just take lessons on being a father, man. So, that I kind of use, that seeing how he was with you or what have you, just being a good example. But he always would tell you stuff like, how to carry yourself, on the court, things like that,
yeah,
being on time. I always hear him say stuff like that, more than just, for just basketball, man.
yeah, yeah. It was getting on my nerves then, man. But I understand all of it now. I understand all of it now.
No doubt, man. Well, once again, on TaylorMade Hoops Player Circle, I got Kenneth Graves on, former collegiate player, big time high school player, all district player while he was in high school at North Dallas High School. Y'all probably said North Dallas High School. Yeah, we were pretty good. We had a pretty good run there, man. When we had Kenneth, man. Kenneth with some
Yeah,
other guys, man. But uh, got him on here. He's dropping a lot of knowledge, man. Kind of got some background on him. Now we're gonna move in to Kim, talk a little bit about the recruitment process. Tell me about your recruitment in high school. How was your recruitment?
I was one of those late recruiters.
Okay.
I had to actually go to an unsigned senior showcase. I did that. I mean, of course, during AAU, I was getting letters from different schools in the state, outside the neighboring states. But those, mostly like the questionnaires. They send out the questionnaires
Mhm,
first,
mhm.
and then they just send you the computer generated letters, which at the time make you think you're going to whatever school
Oh yeah, major big
that you.
time, baby. I got some
Oh yeah,
letters.
hey, I got my first letter from TCU. You could have sworn I was a Horned Frog. You know what I mean? I knew I was going to TCU. I took a visit there too. I don't remember if it was an official or unofficial. I don't remember, but we took a visit there as well. But yeah, I was one of those late recruiting guys. Um, didn't really get a lot of big time conversation from coaches until after my senior year, until I came there and kind of
Okay.
had like more film to produce.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then after that, it really kind of picked up. Went to the unsigned senior showcase. Not sure where it was, somewhere in Texas, maybe South Texas or something like Austin, I think.
Okay.
Played pretty well there. And I think that's where I picked up some offers there and ended up going to Missouri Valley.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No doubt, no doubt. So let me ask this man. No, no, I didn't see this question, but let me ask this man. As far as the recruitment goes, what have you? Do you think a lot of it changed a lot as far as like when you were in school or what have you, man, compared to now? Then, or you think it's pretty much about the same? A lot of people say it's changed, social media, but do you still think as far as the core, is it still pretty much the same, or you think it changed a lot, Kenneth?
Um, I'm gonna give you a two-part answer. For one,
Okay,
from my
okay,
insight, just me looking on the outside,
okay,
I think it changed a lot because I see a lot of these guys. You can post your own hoop mixtape,
okay.
right? You know what I
Yep.
mean? Every player got a mixtape these days, right?
Oh yeah.
Back
Oh
when I
yeah.
was playing the AAU, it was only the top guys, the only ones that had mixtapes on you. The OJ Mayos, the Brandon
Yes,
Jennings.
sir. Yes, sir.
Nobody else had their own mixtape, right?
Yeah.
But now you can make your own mixtape, put it on YouTube or just send it out to coaches, and it's more direct to consumer, direct to the coaches
Okay.
that way, right?
Okay.
I can just
Okay.
put my own thing together, send it to coaches. Um, yeah, so that's my answer. My other part, I have a lot of friends or former teammates that are coaches now, and they say it changed a lot. They say it changed on
Okay.
what they have to deal with, as far as players being able to navigate the process themselves now,
Yeah.
right? So
Okay.
they're dealing with a lot of, I don't want to say entitlement in a bad way, but the coaches, I mean, the players kind of know, like, I know my options now. I know I don't have to go to
Yeah.
this place or this place or this place. I can kind of direct my focus on where I actually want to go, put these mixtapes things together, go to these
Mm-hmm.
camps.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's just a lot more known now, like being with,
Mm-hmm.
with the age of information, with the internet. So I feel like the players, they have ups now more than we did back in my
Oh
day,
yeah.
which is went that long ago. But yeah.
Yeah. But nah, but seriously, man, because you just think about it, man, we were just moving into probably even what's the thing? I'm trying to think like Synergy and different things, different programs like that where you really can record and stuff.
Yeah,
And you know what I'm saying. So you didn't have our that. And a lot of times, to be honest, okay, man, you mess around, be in the wrong situation, rub your wrong high school coach the wrong way. They were the
yeah,
only ones that had the film.
exactly. And I
We
had
were the
I
only
had
ones that
that
had
happen
the film.
to I had that happen to
You
some
know,
guys that I know that played at
yeah, yeah,
particular schools that, you
yeah,
know, their coach, they used to coach would hoard
yeah,
letters. Coach
yeah,
would need your
yeah,
letters. Or,
yeah, stuff
they
like
would,
that. Yeah,
the coaches, they were the only pipeline to the college
yeah,
coach then.
yes. There you
So if
go,
your
okay.
coach didn't really like you, or if the coach
There you
didn't
go.
like your mom or your dad, they had the opportunity to just not tell the coach about you. And that could
Mm-hmm.
change somebody's whole life, career,
Oh,
everything.
oh
So
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
different now.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that, man. No doubt about that. But let me ask this, man. We talked about that, but personally, if you could change one thing about your recruitment, what would it be? What would it have been? Excuse me.
If I could change one thing about my recruitment, I would say it would have been to open up my mind more to the JUCO aspect.
Okay,
Because
okay.
at my just who I was at the time, I thought JUCO was like what you go to when things don't work out, like the bad kids or the kids that couldn't make the grades, or
There you go.
when I say bad, I mean bad players, right? But there's top talent that goes there to JUCOs. NBA players go to JUCO, right? I just didn't know that at that time. I just assumed that, hey man, JUCO is where you go when it's like your last option. And like and you talked about, you were with me when I went down to TJC for my visit. I had to visit at TJC, and the coach wanted me to come, and I personally didn't want to go. I thought JUCO was just like, oh man, like I gotta go to
Yeah.
JUCO. So that's one thing that I would change. I would change is just that information that I had of being like, no, JUCO could be like a big stepping stone for you to get that
Mhm.
year of college experience, um, get some college coaching, and then be able to springboard to Division 1, Division 2, or whatever you feel like your talent led you to. Yeah.
Well, man, I'm gonna piggyback on that, man. I know when I was coaching JUCO ball, man, up in Independence, up in Kansas, man, and I realized that K word as far as when I was recruiting whatever. So my head coach, he would tell me this. He was like, "Hey, coach, I'll recruit JUCO players. Kind of piggyback on what you're saying for his talent level. He say I
Yeah.
recruit Division 1 players.
Yep.
You know, so everybody we had, like you say, man, we had guys, man, that were Division 1 talent for his players, but for whatever reason they may, like you said, might not have the right work ethic or attitude or some of the things, man, you talked about earlier with your dad, might not have the right individual life type of skills, knowing how to be on time,
Right
knowing
structure.
yeah, structure. There you go.
Yeah.
So basically that's a lot what I got at JUCO. When you had guys for the talent level, okay, no, them guys can play, man. They can play,
Oh, they can
man. No,
play
no
for
doubt about
sure.
that. I mean, some dogs, but like you say, they had issues for us, like you said, maybe time management or responsibility. Basically what you say, structure, man. And so
Yeah.
there was some of the things that we had, that I had to do more of, just as far as when I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of player development because these guys can't play. They didn't need that. Them guys can play, okay. They needed
Yeah.
more of that structure,
Yeah.
me being on them, hey man, look at your schedule, man. You got a plan. Let me see. You need to get your a calendar, things like that. You need to write stuff down. Just teach some life skills, man. That was the biggest thing, man. No
Yep.
doubt, no doubt.
Like I said, it was just me at that point. Everybody I knew that played basketball, they either went Division 1, Division 2. I didn't
I
know any
got you.
guys that went to JUCO
No, you're right. Yeah.
that weren't JUCO talents, if
There
that
you go.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Everybody that was supposed to go to D1, D2, D3, wherever they went there. And so I just assumed that like JUCO, that's like 13th grade. You know what I mean? But it's
yeah,
definitely not. It's definitely not. So just for like I said, for the kids out there, JUCO is a valued option to go
oh
to
yeah,
if that leads to, your success for sure.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No doubt about that, man. But once again, TaylorMade Hoops coaches, excuse me, TaylorMade Hoops player circle. I got my main man Kenneth Graves on, a former collegiate player, former first team all district player in high school. So all the young school folks, I know Kenneth, man, probably still be busting players but going to the gym or whatever, playing and stuff in his free time. So the youngsters probably say, man, you can play Kenneth, whatever. So hey, I'm validating everything you said. Hey, this boy
Yeah.
can shoot that rock. Hey, big time player, first team all district. Hey, this is the district with professionals, man. With Perry Jones and they went pro and other guys, man, in that, man, I'm talking about some big time players, man, back in that conference, man. So, hey, he was first team all district, big time player. Glad to have him on. Uh, Kenneth, let's talk a little bit about, man, the landscape of college basketball, the present state of college basketball, the NIL, the transfer portal. Tell me your pros and cons. You can break it down however you want to. If you want to talk about one and then talk about the other, put them all together. What's your pros and cons on the present state of college basketball, the NIL, and the transfer portal?
I go with the present state of college basketball. I break it down 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Present state of college basketball, I think is great.
Okay.
It's a lot of talent, man. It's a lot of talent. And I mean, once I got to college, I realized that one of my first coaches, and when I was in Missouri Valley, he was like, everybody in this gym right now was the man at their high school. And that was like on the first day of practice. And he told me, and I kind of looked around. I'm like, damn, like everybody in our gym that had our jersey on, 17 a game in high school, 20, 19, 20, So it's talent all around. But I think it's even more so now because I think the game has grown more.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game has grown more. There's a lot more skill work being put out. I think the players, it's not that long ago that I was playing in college, which was my last year was what, 2013. I think they're highly overall, not person for person, but as a whole, more skilled players now than even then, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think the state of college basketball is in great hands for sure. As far as the NIL, I love it. I love the fact that these guys can go get paid, man. Because most of the guys are not going to play the NBA. They're not going to the NFL. You're not going
Mm-hmm.
pro. Like no matter
Mm-hmm.
how much you think that it should stay your goal now. That should never bring it down just because I'm saying it. Because if you work hard enough, you can for sure get there. But the
Mm-hmm.
stats show that 90% of us are not going, right? We're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
do something
Mm-hmm.
else in life. So if you can get some paper while you in college now, because we all, even you too, but me especially when we were in college, we were all broke in college, man. We had no
Oh,
we had no money. We had no money, man. So if you can get, I love the fact that these players can go get them chicken now, and still play. So NIL is great. NIL is great. Um, and what was the last one?
the transfer portal.
The transfer portal. Transfer portal is great. I mean, I was using the transfer portal before it was the transfer portal. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I transferred twice when I was in college. So I'd have loved it did, just to have that outlet just to have that network to really just, be able to kind of, I guess, I don't know if they can go where I guess they can go where they actually want to go. Of course, the coach has to want you,
Yeah.
but I think the transfer portal is great. Um, Now, some of the cons to it, I think that just because players know that the portal is there, I think it's overused. I think
Okay.
that
Yeah.
you gotta fight through some adversity sometimes, right? Um, you gotta stick it out sometimes. Sometimes the best place for you is where you are. It just might
Mm-hmm.
not be this year,
Mm-hmm.
And I've had coaches tell me that. I mean, because I personally I would have stayed at Missouri Valley the entire time. I didn't want to transfer, but that summer my dad had some health complications, and
Yeah.
he would have felt more comfortable if I was in school closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I think a month before school started, I, chose to transfer. Well, kind of had to, just for my dad, right? So, um, yeah, I think it's just overused, man. I think some guys get to a place, and if they feel like they should be starting to get there, and they're second team or maybe third on the fringe, before Halloween, they like, oh, I'm transferring. I'm hopping in the portal. I'm hopping in the
Mm-hmm.
portal, which all you gotta do is, fight through that adversity, man. This might be the place that springboards you to play overseas ball, or springboards you to, NBA ball if that's where your talent level is. So I think it could be a little overused, but as a whole, I think it's great. I think it's great.
No, man, I always tell people, I'm with you on that too. Sometimes, Kate, man, that's part of athletics, the competition part about fight through adversity, the
Yeah.
life skill part of, something, seriously. So I tell guys that all the time, but you got to understand that, man, but I also get to what you said, Kate. Biggest thing is players got to understand, man, it's communication factor. If you honest, you got a transparent relationship with your coaches, what have you, where you just go to them asking questions where you can be able to decipher whether or not you're in their plans, where you can kind of get, you know what I'm saying, Kevin? You say, hey, coach,
Yeah.
just ask some real questions. Hey, coach, what do you feel, feel me? feel me? How do you see me in the program? Excuse me, or whatever. How I'm gonna be used? And if you hear them say, "Oh, a lot of then you kind of know that maybe and you can tell by body language. When you
Yeah,
talk
for
to that
sure.
coach, what I'm saying? Can you talk to me? If you kind of tell that, hey, he's trying to top. My thing, I always tell people, man, in life, man, you always want to go where you appreciate it, not tolerate it.
Yep.
So if you feel the coach is kind of tolerating you, then hey, like you say, that's good that you got the transfer portal. But other than that, man, if it's a situation where hey, you just need to compete, it's you and two dogs going at it, for this piece of steak, and he just whooping your butt right now.
He just
Hey, you
wanted
might
more
you
than you.
might just need to
Yeah.
go get better, get your butt in the gym or the weight room, or whatever. Okay, like you said, man,
Yeah.
compete, man,
Yeah.
compete.
Like I said, like I redshirted my first year in college, and it wasn't from an overall talent level thing.
Okay.
From what
Mm-hmm.
because I talked to my coach. It was
Yeah,
just that, you're a 6'1" guy. You're not about to be a two here. You need to learn to handle the ball better.
yeah,
So everything else that you can do is great. You shoot the lights out the gym, but I can't trust you to bring the ball up the floor. So we want you to be here. So we're gonna
yeah,
redshirt you to work on this entire
yeah,
school year. And
yeah,
I appreciated that because ever since
yeah,
then, like I've been a point guard ever since then, right? But just for him, me taking the time to have that conversation with him, let me know where I stood with him and where he saw me at. That I was just
yeah,
like, oh yeah, like I'm not playing. I'm redshirting. I could have
yeah,
not talked to him and just assumed that means, oh, he think I'm sorry or he don't want me
yeah,
here. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
He's just
yeah.
like, no, you just can't handle the ball right now. Like you need
Mm-hmm.
to work on handling the ball, and then your game is gonna come full circle for us as far as being a point guard. So, like you said, it's right. Players need to have that conversation with your coaches, and
Yeah,
you could tell if they want you there or not.
yeah. There you go, man. You brought up a valid point, man. You brought
Yeah.
up a valid point. But yeah, Kevin, let me ask this, man. Do you have any advice for the young athletes you're trying to get recruited?
Um, man,
What advice would you give them?
man, the first advice off the top of my head is work hard.
Okay.
Work hard. I can speak for almost every former athlete that I know. You have coaches your whole life to tell you to empty the tank, just give me
Yep.
everything you got. And then you
Yep.
get older and you realize I ain't really empty that damn tank. Like I still had some left. Like I
Oh man.
could have
Yeah.
worked harder. And you have to be real with yourself to be able to have that like that self actualization to be like, man, I could have worked harder. You know, like if University of Texas is the school that you want to get to, the players that go to UT, they're not playing 2K as much as you playing 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like they in the
Yeah.
gym. Like, and when they leave the gym, they going to the track. And when they leave the track, they going home to get some rest, get some food, and they waking up before school, and they putting in work. They don't got to be the six footer, the 7 footers, the 6'8s, the 6'9s. They probably 6'1", a buck 75, and working hard, and that's what's gonna get you there. So that would be my first thing of advice is just work hard, man. Just like empty the tank as much as you can, and just to squeeze all the orange, squeeze all everything you can get out yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. No doubt
Yeah.
about that, man. Well, once again on TaylorMade Hoops Player Circle, I got my main man on, former player of mine at North Dallas High School, first team All District player, played collegiately, real great young man, the myth, the legend, Kenneth Graves, KG. Hey man, this is the part, man, that I really want you to talk about, man. We're gonna move on to kind of like life after basketball and things of that sort. So let everybody know, Kenneth, what are you up to these days? What are you doing career and business wise, man?
So now I've been living in Atlanta out here for probably about almost 9 years now.
Okay.
Moved out here for a job in 2016 that I knew I was only going to have for a year. I always had an entrepreneurial mind. I knew I wasn't going to work for people
Mm-hmm,
growing up
mm-hmm,
myself. So
mm-hmm,
it was kind
mm-hmm.
of like to springboard me to have some type of financial stability when I got here. But as of right now, I have a logistics company. I have a
Okay.
residential and commercial moving company called Gemini Freight Logistics. Got that right here on me. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
go ahead, puff it, baby. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. And I have a car rental company, Aligned Auto Collection. So I rent cars. We have vehicles in Dallas, Oklahoma City, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, Arizona, and Boston. So I have cars in all of those cities, all of those markets. So yeah, like that's pretty much what I'm doing now, man. Yeah, running two businesses.
Man, that's a lot, man.
It's a lot, man. It's a
Oh
lot,
man,
man. There's a
that's what's
lot.
up,
People
man.
think being an entrepreneur it's rewarding, but it's the most work that you're gonna do. You know,
Okay.
people
Yeah.
that not talking negative about anybody that has a 9 to 5 because that's a great option as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we work harder than anybody else works because I have to kill what I eat. You
Yeah.
know,
There you go.
it's every day. When I get up, my feet hit the floor. I know that if I'm not financially successful, it's because of me. It's
There
because
you
of the
go.
work that I either put in or didn't put in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a journey, but it's rewarding because I know that the fruits of my labor are just all mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just taking care of my guys, any employees that I have that work for me, just doing right by them, and I feel like if you do right by people, they'll do right by you, or your business will do right by you. So yeah, that's where I'm at now, man. Just trying to scale my businesses up as high as possible, um, then sell them and start another one. Man, that's my goal. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So man, so proud of you, man. Hey, I'm more proud of you, man, than anything more than like you say, you playing ball, collegiate or whatever. That's because people don't realize the ball can bounce to everybody, man. Coaches too, what
Yeah,
have you. So that's why I tell folks, man, that hopefully, I'm an inspiration, to other coaches to let them know that, hey, you can still be involved, have an impact, influence on the game of basketball, young people's life, and don't necessarily have to coach,
for
or
sure.
necessarily, like you say, have a team or what have you. So that's why I'll, respect about you, man. Like you say, hey, that you don't, hey, if you work a 9 to 5, like you say, that's how you started out to build that financial, stability or whatever. So, it's all good, but everybody different. I always knew, you were gonna be a, you weren't gonna work for nobody, man. You were gonna be successful in business, man, because
Yeah, man.
you showed it in high school, man. I always knew. I'm like, yeah, he ain't go. Nah, he a little
Yeah,
different. He a little
yeah.
different.
Not that I couldn't. I just I think I'm right all the time, and that's a gift and a curse. I mean, not that I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that the people
yeah.
that work for me are like or work used to work above me or ignorant or anything like that. I just think that I got a lot of good ideas,
There you
and you
go.
probably should listen to me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's how I got to be. Right? You can't be uber successful in the corporate world with that mindset. I don't think so.
nah,
You had to go
nah,
out there on my own, man.
nah.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this, man. We talked about a little bit, man, but elaborate a little bit, man. Tell me how has your experience as a college athlete helped you in your current career in business endeavors, man?
Competitiveness. Competitiveness. Just being as hungry as possible because I
Okay.
kind of look at everything like sports was so much of my life growing up that I look at everything like sports. It's a game, it's a competition,
Yeah.
right?
There you go.
So I have other colleagues out here in Atlanta, whether it's in the moving company industry or in the car rental industry. I know how to work with them because I know how to be a teammate. But I also know that that's your business. This is my business. At the end of the day, I want my business to be better than your business
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
want to be a better player than you. Like just having your friends that play on your team growing up, like my guys at DeSoto, like we were all competitive. We played well together as a team. Even my guys at North Dallas, Redger and Deshaun's and all them, we played together as a
Hmm.
team.
Yes,
But
sir.
I want to be better than you too. I want to be the best on the team. I want to be the best person in here. I want to be the first person that when coaches come in or when other business contracts come in, they say, who is that guy? Or who runs that business? Because they're doing
Hmm.
X, Y, and Z to look the part, right? So I would
Hmm.
say just 100% the competitiveness that just makes me just want to get up every day and just be um, the most successful in every industry that I'm in for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me ask this, man. Before we go, man. You kind of talked about a little bit, Ken, man. So what other business ventures or endeavors do you kind of want to move into a little bit, man? You want to kind of like you said, kind of just the ones you got going, the two companies you got. You want to kind of want them to grow and look to kind of dibble dabble a little something different or
Man,
different things.
I want to scale these up for sure, as
Okay.
much as possible. Right, I still have
Okay.
definitely a lot of moving, um,
Okay.
a lot of growth that I can do in these industries, especially
Okay.
the residential and commercial moving industry. My goal for there is to get like some government contracts. I have
Yeah.
some contracts here in Atlanta with different consignment shops and And of course, I have like my regular customers who, just residential moving, right? As of right now, I think I'm ranked the number 5 residential moving company in all of Atlanta, and I think I'm like top 15 in the whole state of Georgia at this
Yeah.
particular moment. With the car rental industry, I want to scale that up to at least about um, 40, 40 to 50 vehicles. Right
Okay.
now, I'm probably at about 12, 12 to 15, I think, in all of the markets. So I want to scale that up as much as possible. But once I get those scaled up, man, yeah, I have a lot of ideas, man. I have a yoga apparel line that I've been working on for sure. So aligned yoga apparel. So I want to get that going, but it's hard to focus on multiple things at one
Yeah.
time in the entrepreneurial
Yeah.
game, right?
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
but with the automation and AI, I'm learning to work with that to get things done for me, right? So
Gotcha,
one thing
gotcha,
people
gotcha.
need to know too, you got to utilize AI, man. I utilize AI as much as possible because I just do so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to automate as much as possible. Yeah, so I got a lot of ideas, man. But as of right now, these are my 2 babies that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And then so once I get them to where they need to be or where I feel like they can be, whatever their ceilings are, then I'll focus on other things.
Okay. 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 Well, man, this is the last question, man, and I'm gonna get you out of here, man, because like I said, I definitely value, man, and appreciate you taking time out your schedule, Kendall. I really do, man.
For sure.
Uh, do you have, tell us any advice, man, that you have for any current athletes as far as preparing or transitioning for life after basketball? Because we all know the ball go bounce. So, what would you tell them, like if they're in college or play, even guys playing professionally? What are some of the things they need to be doing to try to, prepare for life after basketball, man, for the transition?
Um, think about it. First thing, think about it. I mean, because at that, just speaking for myself, I never thought about anything besides basketball. I didn't know
Yeah.
what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I knew what I didn't want to do. I didn't know what I
Okay.
wanted to do because basketball
Okay.
was it was my world, right? So sometimes, still go out, still work hard, but when you're on the way home from the gym, think about it. If this don't work out, what do I love to
Okay.
do, right? What do I love to do? What should be my trend, especially as a college athlete, right? Just think about, yeah, what do I love to do? Like, what's gonna make me feel whole if I don't continue to play this game that I love? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting that you asked that question. I have 2 of my college teammates that played with me at Texas Wesleyan University. They have a organization called Clutch Prep. It's a
Okay.
nonprofit, and their goal is to help former players with the transition from being college athletes to the workforce, and as
Okay.
well as from high school athletes and helping them navigate the recruitment process and the NIL process and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's called Clutch Prep. So any guys that's out there, you can look those guys up, clutchprep.org. They definitely have a lot of a lot of ideas and transitional things that you can get done to help you transition from the high school to college level and from the college to the real world aspect of everything as well, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, no doubt about that, man. Yeah, because hey, you brought up a good point, man. I was the same way, Kim. To be honest, man, and to be, all you thought was when you just obsessed with something, with basketball. That's the only thing you really think about. Even though, like you say, once you get to a certain level, Kim, you know that hey, I'm probably not gonna go no farther than probably college or what have you, but
Yeah.
still, like you say, Kim, you still so focused on trying to be the best player or live at that particular moment that it's still all basketball. Like you say, just simple, just thinking, man. Like you say, when you're in the gym, putting up them extra shots, like you say, Kim, just think about, hey, what y'all really love. Or what I always tell people, man, is that if you could get kind of piggyback on what you said, Kim, if you could get paid to do what you would do for free that you love to do, then to me it's not work.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like I'm winning every day for the past. I've been coaching and doing, all this 24 years, Kenneth. So for 24 years, I feel, man, that hey, man, I've been finessing the world because I
Yeah.
get paid to do something that I would probably do for free, especially now, for as going to the games and evaluate. Me, Kenneth, I would be at the games, going to the gym anyway. Watching
Yeah.
basketball anyway. So it's like I actually get paid for that. And then, like say, when I was, teaching or what have you, same things. Like, man, I get, you know how I am, man. I get paid to really pretty much, to hang out and, to have a, influence or imprint on young men and women's life, man. Hey, this not work, man.
Living a dream.
It won't work. I'm living the dream, man.
Yeah.
Even though, like you say, monetarily, like, whoa, it's not much, pay that you may want, but at the end of the day, man, hey, man, the peace of mind, like you say, hey, I get up every morning, like you say, Kenneth, I'm the same person I was back in the day, man. I'm still energetic, laughing, whatever, scoring on y'all or whatever, man.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
the same person, man, because like you say, it's not work, man. It's not work,
Yeah,
man.
not work, man. Yeah, one more piece of advice I thought about while you was talking is
Okay, man.
just get a mentor. That's
Okay.
very important too. That's very important too. Somebody older to help you guide you through that process. Somebody that's done it before, right? And
Mm-hmm.
not to kind of jump back into it, but that's why I think that Clutch Prep is such a good organization that my teammates started, because these are guys that did it before. They went through,
Yeah.
outstanding athletes in high school, outstanding athletes in college, and they went through that transition of, like we all did, was like, okay, after your last game, when that buzzer goes off at zero, it's like, damn, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know what to do. Like, what do I do now? Right. So just having a mentor to help you guide you through that process of finishing out your basketball playing career, if that's where it's going to end, and to getting into the workforce, or getting from high school and navigating through the recruitment and NIL process. That's why I think that organization is really, it's a great idea, and a lot of people need to utilize it for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm definitely give you like that, man. And so I could kind of like say tap in with them guys because we kind of like
yeah,
say
for
on the
sure.
same. Yeah, we're on the same page. Like you say, just trying to help these guys. This is why I do this. Man, I tell people, of course, like you say, it's a business. Can wouldn't allow it's a business, what have you. So I always want to promote the brand and what have you. But the second reason why I do it, man, is to educate the parents, the players, even coaches, on the process and things, things that sort, man, and just kind of show them, how to do things and give them examples, because a lot of times, this kind of with the parents and even players, I tell them the same thing that their parents, probably that their coaches are telling them, speaking of players, what have you, but they may be like, man, it's just Coach Taylor, whatever, just like you
Yeah,
said with your dad, kind of but if they hear it from a lot of times the horse's mouth, whether it be former collegiate players like yourself, or if it's on the coaching side, when I bring, talking with the college coaches, if they hear them say the same thing I say, and everybody pretty much like say, even the part you said about getting a mentor, everybody says, even the coaches say that, hey, in this business, I always get you a mentor, man. It's good to
yeah,
have mentors. Seriously, man, somebody to help you navigate through this, man, through the situation, man. No doubt about that, man. Well, hey,
100%.
uh, it's been a pleasure, man. Today on TaylorMade Hoops Players Circle, I had Kenneth Graves, one of my former players at North Dallas High School, first team all district player, played collegiately. Great guy. Now he's a great businessman. Most important thing, a great productive citizen, great businessman. And before we go, we most definitely go ahead, Kenneth, man, because hey, you know how we get down, man. Go ahead and give us any information, man, as far as on your businesses, how to get contact if somebody needs your service. Because hey, man, you in Boston, you in Dallas, so hey, let everybody
Sure.
know, how to get in touch with you, man, as far as your businesses, any information you want to give out, Kenneth.
No, for sure. So if you guys need any rental vehicles, you can reach us at aligncollection.com. That's ALIGND collection, COLLECTION.com. If you need any services as far as logistically, in the Atlanta area, that's where we're based off now, Atlanta and Georgia area, you can reach us at, it's my phone number for the moving side, 470-830-0540. 470-830-0540.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
man. Hey, no doubt, man. Hey, it's been a pleasure, man. And like you say, Kenneth, man, I'm most definitely gonna be getting with you, man, because I'm gonna start having some events with you, man. Would love, for one of your companies or both of them, be involved for sponsorship, what have you, man.
Oh, for
Most
sure.
definitely,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
definitely,
We'd love
man.
to help y'all
Most
guys out,
definitely,
man,
man.
for sure.
And man, I already know, man. But one thing I want to say, man, I got to get you, man. I knew that I had to do this at the end, because if I did this at the beginning, we'll be talking, man. We would never get through with the interview, man. But
Yeah.
now Kenneth, man, great guy. My one of my guys, man, one of the first guys, man, that I really would say, man, that him and his dad allowed me to kind of, help them along as far as, with the process, just as a whole or what have you. Great people, great guy, man. Like you say, we had some great times. Kenneth will tell you, some great stories about us, man, and what have you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Great guy. Man, matter of fact, Kenneth, I may want to say, man, people may not want to believe, but I want to say, man, I think when you either went to Missouri Valley or I forgot what school you're going to, man. I asked him, man, me and your dad swapped out or what have you, man. And I think he drove you down there in my truck or what have you, man. I think we swapped out, man.
Yep, that was when I was going to Missouri Valley. Yeah,
Okay,
going to
yeah.
Missouri Valley. Yeah, I remember that. He went to sleep. I was driving that thing too for a while. I don't know if he told you that. Yeah.
So
I can
he didn't
tell you
tell me that,
now.
Kenneth. He didn't
I can
tell me
tell you
that,
now.
man.
Yeah, we older now. Yeah, I whipped that thing for about 5-6 hours. Go, you coach.
Hey, man, I'm gonna get off Mr. Graves. I said, he didn't tell me that, man. He didn't
Yeah,
tell me
yeah.
that. He's like, he just, but now, man, but the thing I just most definitely, man, want to let people know the series that I always tell the kids, man, even Kenneth, when, I've had the opportunity, interview for jobs, and then, they always ask the same, corny little questions. Tell me a little something about yourself, tell me a little something about yourself. And one thing I always tell people, man, that I live by, man, that life is all about communication, relationships, man.
Yeah.
And just to show people, man, the seriously, man, that this relationship, man, I'm glad that, we still have a great relationship, Kenneth, or what have you. But like I say, just built on, like I say, just love, man, that, hey, you was my guy, man. Like you say, man, I remember your dad calling me. He's like, hey, Taylor, man, hey, man, man, I know this is a crazy question, man, but hey, man, I need to get Kenneth back. And I'm like, I say, hey, you ain't got to explain, man. Hey, it's all good. Hey, so I forgot. I came by the house. He was like, real late. Me and my wife came by the house and swapped out the car. Your dad had that Lexus, baby. I felt like a player that weekend. I was rolling the
Hey,
Lexus,
yeah.
baby.
I know how. See, looking back, I just know how he is about that Lexus. He just wasn't trying to put all the miles on that thing, man. That
Oh,
was that
this what it
luxury
was,
vehicle.
wasn't it?
That's what it was. He just wasn't put all the miles on it. He wanted to drive yours. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's all good. Hey, okay, because
Yeah.
hey, I was blessed. I think Miles might have been like brand new or close to brand new, man. So
Yeah, you had that. Was it the Chevy Avalanche or something like that?
yeah,
Was it?
Chevy
Yeah,
Avalanche,
I
yeah.
remember that thing, man. I remember that. Yep. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. But nah, like I said, man, I always just like to like let people know that, man. You know how I am, kids, man. It's all about me just teaching people life skills and things that can help them later on in life, man, to be productive citizens. So let everybody know, man, life, hey, man. Hey, you treat people right, man. Hey, people remember you, man.
Sure.
Old person talking about a long time ago say, hey, people may not remember what you did, they may not remember what you said, but they remember how you treated them, man. So
Remember how you made him feel?
yeah, man. So hey,
Yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
say, man, I made you feel special, man. Because to be honest, man, you were special, man. You're a special player for me, man. I always got a special place in my heart, Kenneth, man.
I
No
appreciate
doubt,
that,
no
Coach.
doubt, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
No doubt, man. No doubt. But
Yeah.
hey, before we go, man, I always ask everybody this, man. Go ahead and let everybody know, Kenneth, who interviewed you today, man.
Coach Taylor, man. Coach Taylor, man. One of my favorite coaches all the time, North Dallas. Good guy, man. Good guy through and through. Just somebody that any young kid right now that's a player of yours should definitely listen to, for sure. A lot of game, a lot of information.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, much success, man, in your business endeavors, man. Much success, man. What it's all about. Hey, the precision, man. Keep being the great guy that you are. Like you say, man, I got your number, and I get what you know, far as on that issue or whatever, Kenneth.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna tap in
Okay.
for sure, Coach.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Hey, I'm not afraid to say this, man. Hey, love you, Kenneth, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your time, man. Much love, man. Hey, tell your daddy, man. I said what's up, man. I'm gonna get on him, man. He didn't tell me, man, that he let you drive, man.
Yeah. Hey, it's past statute of limitations now. I can go and tell you that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
statute of limitations now. So hey,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna charge him up about it, man. Like I say, statute of limitations, Kim. So it's all
Yeah.
good, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you, Coach. Love you too, fam.
I love you too, man. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, man.
All
I'm
right.
out, man. Okay, man.